Hey, what's going on, guys? And today I wanted to do a video review for this Shark cordless vacuum. So this is actually one of the higher end Shark models. This one has the PowerFins and comes in this blue color, which I really think is quite nice. I wanted to go through in this video and really cover many things from the packaging. I'll talk a little bit about the functionality of the vacuum. We'll do a little bit of a demo, and then I'll actually walk you through some of the accessories that it came with as well, and some of the reasons why I decided to buy this vacuum and what I really like about it. So let's first start with the packaging. So this actually came in a box pretty much the same height as the vacuum as I have it now. I was able to take everything apart and really have it assembled within less than a couple of minutes. It was pretty easy. You just attach this tube to the actual brush roller piece at the bottom, and then the main handheld part where the power and the battery is, and your filter, your dust bin is all a separate piece. You can actually, as you see here, store this standing upright. So this was one of the primary reasons I decided to go with this cordless vacuum. Was the one that we had was starting to kind of wear down. It didn't have a good capability in terms of like the brush roll being able to better capture hair, and I had to constantly store it in a specific spot. If I was to say leave it here in my kitchen, it had a chance of falling over, getting knocked over by one of our cats or baby or whatever was maybe in the area. So this is really nice because you can pretty much set it up anywhere. I'll kind of go through some of the features of the vacuum. So I'm going to take this off here. Now, starting with the brush roll, this actually has what Shark calls the power fin. So you kind of have a normal brush here in this part, and then these fin pieces that go kind of, you know, odds and ends on each side. And another really nice thing about this is you have an LED light strip that goes here. So if you're vacuuming in a dark area, it's going to be a little bit easier to see what you're actually vacuuming up. Another thing I really like about this particular vacuum is when I initially set it up, without even going through the manual, everything was very clearly labeled. So they have these little yellow stickers that give you directions. So this, you know, tells you where to store the vacuum. This on the front here tells you all the power settings. So you have, for example, you have carpet, bare floor, and then basically your off button. And then it gives you directions on pretty much everything. So once you know how to use all the functions of the vacuum, you can remove all of those stickers. This main tube piece will actually disconnect at 2 points. So you have this disconnect here, and these pop off pretty easily. This one again for the main handheld piece. And of course, if you want to store this away, you have a clip that's on the back here, which is also labeled, that basically allows you to mount this right onto the main part of the stick, and this can freely just hold itself. You don't have to mount it on a wall or whatever. Another nice thing about this is the power cord actually runs pretty long. So I have it plugged into the wall back here in my kitchen. So you could pretty much plug this in just about anywhere. In terms of accessories that it comes with, you have just your standard brush here, pretty good size. And again, you could attach this just to the handheld piece or even use it on the long stick part. So all of these are backwards compatible. You've got a longer piece here that you could use for getting small areas, maybe up above. This is another variation of the brush, and I don't actually know too much the difference on these. This one has like a lock mechanism and this one does not. So I don't know specifically too much the difference here, but there's probably some advantages and disadvantages over using one over the other. And then you also have this one, which I haven't seen with too many vacuums. It's got basically a brush head here. There's a small brush that goes all around the center, and the vacuum piece is here. So this might be good for reaching into unique spots where it's going to be more difficult to vacuum. So for example, sometimes our cats love to climb up onto the top of our cabinets here. So I could foresee using that attachment up in a spot like that, and that allowing me to get there, whereas something like this won't work as effectively as maybe something like this. Now, in terms of using the vacuum, I'll go through and give you guys a little bit of a demo. I initially did have a charge when I pulled this out of the box, and I just used it to vacuum a small area, so I'll kind of give you an idea of what this actually vacuumed up. But I vacuumed our kitchen here, which isn't particularly large. This is basically the space here, and we have 4 cats, and then I have a 2-year-old, so all of her toys are out here, and we're still cleaning up a little bit from Christmas boxes, but ultimately this is the main space. So I vacuumed this space. It hadn't been vacuumed in probably maybe like a week and a half or so, and this is what it picked up in that space. So pretty gross, obviously a lot of hair, debris, just anything that had been picked up. We do have a cat tree in here, so this from the cats, you know, shedding on this obviously will leave probably most of the junk that's going to get picked up in this room. And then of course my wife also has long hair. So in terms of the vacuum itself, we'll do a little bit of a demo, but one of the nice things I do like about this is the grip is pretty good. You have this kind of ergonomic grip. It's very soft here in the back piece. And then on the front here, it's easy to control. So basically all you're doing is flipping all the way up to the different power settings. And you can see they're clearly labeled here. I'll let this focus in. You have carpet, bare floor, and off. Now, if you're in the carpet mode, it's pretty loud. And honestly, you could use that on bare floor, but it's probably going to drain the battery a lot faster. If you go with bare floor, it's very quiet and honestly, it's still very effective. I noticed going through and just picking up stuff on our kitchen floor here where it's a little more visible on this gray floor. I could see it picking up the bulk of what's here. I can actually see there's some cat litter, rather cat food that got moved around here. So we'll do this as a little demo and I'll turn this on. I'll start with carpet mode first and then we'll go into bare floor mode. Alright, so that was carpet mode. Let's try bare floor mode and you can see the difference. So that's basically the main mode. So significantly quieter in bare floor mode. Now another setting that you have is you have this pull trigger here. So this allows you to actually, basically what they say, pull for max power is what it says on the label. So we'll do a demo of that. I couldn't notice too much of a difference when I was in carpet mode using that, but we'll try that in both modes. So now we're in carpet mode and I'm gonna pull the trigger. So it doesn't really seem to do much of a difference. Now we're in bare floor mode, and if I pull the trigger, it's almost like a little bit more in between the two. So we'll shut that off, and yeah, it works pretty well. I noticed, you know, going through the whole house, we didn't really pick up a lot of hair. It like didn't really seem to get too stuck in the brush roll. That's usually something that I have an issue with one of the other cordless vacuums that I've used that was similar to this. And this is a little bit tough to release with one hand. It does stay in here pretty well, which honestly is probably a good thing. The dustbin as well, you can see, you know, does pick up quite a bit and fairly easy to release. It actually has like a wrap that's in there. It's a little bit tough to see, but that's actually wrapping almost all of the hair within that. Or actually, I think it's a filter. So that's basically allowing you to filter most of the junk. And the other thing with this is the battery is also removable, but you also do have the option, if you don't want to remove it, you can just charge it freestanding. So this entire battery will actually detach here from this button. So you do have that option as well, which I think is nice if you don't want to have to move the whole vacuum just to charge it and you want to take the battery out. I think it's a nice perk that they included that. Overall, the only con I would say I have with this vacuum is compared to my last cordless, it does feel a little bit tougher to kind of transition, moving it left to right and just kind of moving it around the floor. But honestly, I think it's maybe just something I need to get used to. Maybe the wheels need a little bit of time to adjust. And overall, really not that bad. But I found using it after a while, my hand didn't feel all that uncomfortable, so it really wasn't a big deal. You know, it's very, very comfortable handle, very big and large, so I have fairly like medium-sized hands, but I think even someone with larger hands wouldn't have an issue here. Overall, really nice vacuum. Even as the handheld version, you're going to get all the power, and you could add these attachments, and it's going to work great. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed my video review and found this helpful. Talk to you later, and thanks for watching.